Oh, hey there, folks. It's Shad and Danny. It's Bronco Planet, and the Frenzy Shad, the free agent frenzy, it continues. Now, to recap, free agency Shad opened up yesterday. We didn't get the sexy pick, but we got a solid guy.
Well, we saved sexy for the second day. Let's start with the big lineman. This is a double win for the Broncos. Sure. You get Luis Vasquez from the Chargers, really the only decent lineman on that team.
Right.
They let him go. Happy to bring him on, man. And what I love the most about this guy, 4,000 plus snaps with one penalty on a special teams play. Love this guy. Great pass protector.
And a big boy. He's not your smaller, super athletic, super fast kind of offensive lineman. This guy's a 330-pound guard.
Him and Orlando Franklin on one side. Oh, man, are you kidding me? And then in the whole realm of are you kidding me? 2 years ago, we're sitting around here talking about Kyle Orton, Tim Tebow, Brady Quinn, and let's say you walked into a bar. You walk into the bar and you say, hey, some guy says, don't worry about it. 2 years from now, you're going to have Peyton Manning and Wes Welker. You would have beat the crap out of that guy for being stupid.
That bet, right?
I mean, how did that happen? I can tell you why I'm wearing this jersey right now. John Elway is the reason that happened. What were you thinking, Danny, when the news comes out?
Well, you know something? You and I had a conversation here a few weeks ago about Wes Welker. Of course, he was franchised last year by New England, got jerked around, a little bit of sour grapes on kind of both sides of the ball. So he plays for his franchise tag, plays it out. When the news starts circulating again, his free agency starts to inch near, our conversation was exactly that. Well, these two are going to jerk around again for another 2-3 weeks. And then they'll finally come together for some amount of money, and Welker will certainly stay there. Apparently, there's some big butt hurt right now in New England, and it starts with Bill Belichick and company, and I think Wes Welker was just tired of it.
Yeah, and you know what? I think he even gave him a chance at the end, and they said, no, we're not going to match the offer the Broncos did, which, by the way, is a great steal. It is $6 million a year for Wes Welker? You kidding me?
Let's recap today, Shad. A guy like Mike Wallace goes down and gets paid $13 million a year. A guy like Percy Harvin goes out, gets paid by the Seattle Seahawks, $60 million contract. Just doing a little quick math here, I don't think either one of them can hold a candle to Wes Welker's stats, not only last year, but the past 5 years. And the guy's coming in to play for $6 million. Good job, Denver Broncos. This is that's the sexy thing. That's
it's very sexy. Sure. And apologies to John Elway for not, Chris and I did a little show here, a little free agency show, and we just glanced over the Wes Welker thing because you think, hey, it's going to be too much. Too much money. He's going to probably crawl back to New England. So we start thinking Ryan Swope, who, by the way, I still hope the Broncos pick up and learn from him. But, I mean, all of a sudden, this deal's happened, and what a great day for the Denver Broncos, a great day for John Elway.
Right.
And that's not it. We had a couple more signings
Flip
today.
side, the defensive side of the ball, no surprise. And, with the Elvis Dumervil thing still kind of up in the air, the Broncos re-signed Kevin Vickerson, big boy. That is a big deal. Terrence Knighton from Jacksonville, drafted by...
Yeah, Jack Del Rio.
Jack Del Rio, very familiar with this kid. Another big body. It's kind of funny. You put Vickerson and Knighton on the scales and combine their 665. I think that's a good plug.
Yep. That's what we have in Denver.
I think we've got our plug. And that's something that Denver's been a little suspect for in the past couple of years. You got the speed on the outside. Now you got the plugs in the middle. I like what I'm seeing, Shad. Yep. But do you think Denver's done?
No.
Do you think this is over yet?
This is not over yet. And I'm interested. No move on a running back yet. We know Mendenhall's gone. Thank goodness. I mean, Mendenhall is going to bring you some excitement, but he's also can be a jerk.
A little bit of a head case.
Yeah, a little head case. And,
like
maybe
signing just a one-year deal with one of the crappiest teams in the league.
Yeah, well, let him go take his money. It all worked out for Denver there. We know Sean Green's gone now. So, so we've lost a few running backs. Who knows? Maybe the Broncos are going to go after, the draft to get their running back. At the end of the day, though, right now, if you're a player, you see Peyton Manning, Wes Welker, you see how far the Broncos went last year. You see the Ravens just taking a beating with all the people they're losing. You see the Patriots lose their star guy, and that's a double win because not only do you get Wes Welker for the Broncos, you don't have to cover him next year.
Exactly. And who the happiest people are about the Wes Welker deal? The rest of the AFC East.
Yeah, exactly.
The Jets are going, Miami's woo. So it's what a day. Yeah. What an absolute day. But we still kind of have some crosshairs out there. there on the defensive side of the ball. We also signed a linebacker out of Arizona.
Yeah, Stuart Bradley, former Nebraska Cornhusker. I know you were a Nebraska fan back in the day. And so anyway, I think he struggled a little bit last year, but they ran a 3-4 defense. He's more of a 4-3 guy. Right. I think he'll come in and compete with Nate Irving. Question marks, though, with all these moves. Right. What happens to guys like Joe Mays? I mean, is that a sign for Joe Mays? What guys like Matt Willis? I mean, I still think there's room to get Stokely. You don't think you'd take Stokely over Matt Willis and Andre Caldwell?
Can I just call timeout? I just want everybody out there in Bronco Planet Land just to envision a 4-receiver set with Demarius Thomas, Eric Decker, and 2 slots with Stokely and Wes Welker.
I lose my mind. Yeah, Raheem Moore can give up big plays all day long.
Yeah, who cares?
And another win, one last win that you think about. You think people were pissed with Peyton Manning kneeling down the ball. You got Wes Welker on your team at the end of the game. We get in a tough situation. Right. John Fox tries that silliness again. There will be riots in Denver. We will start the riots ourselves. Sure. So they're off and running. One other thing I want to mention, David Bruton gets signed as well. Right. This is a key special teams guy. Help you out as a backup with the defensive back. So right now, John Elway, man, I didn't think I could. I mean, not only did you, the greatest player to ever play in Denver. Right. Now you outplayed Marino in your day, and now Marino didn't make it. Everybody said John Elway's not going to make it as executive. Got screwed last year, but I get an executive of the year, and booyah, we got Wes Welker. Right. So you know what? Great days in Denver. Must have been 60 degrees today.
Beautiful today.
People flying high. Sorry, Patriot fans. Suck it up.
Man, Tom
Josh
Brady.
McDaniels, in your face.
How'd you like to restructure your contract just to see your best receiver go, bye-bye?
Sorry, Tom.
Thanks to the evil overlord that is Bill Belichick. Hey, real quick, quick thoughts, real quick. I'll just rapid fire him. Elvis Dumervil, does he stay? Does he go?
I think it's good. He's going. I wish he would stay, and I think he may stay for a lot less money now, but I don't know. I think there's some hard feelings there. I think he's gone.
Louis Vasquez, he's signed. Chris Cooper, injury prone. Good guy, been a big leader for the Denver Broncos offensive line, and could still give depth to the line. That then it's a matter of finances. Stay or go.
I say keep Cooper. You may have to try and get a little less money. Chris Cooper, when healthy, is a great lineman. I mean, I'd hate to see you lose Cooper, but you know what? If it is what it is, we got we brought in that great salary cap expert to help the Broncos out. I'm sure they'll figure it out. I'd like to see you keep Cooper.
Okay, Matthew Willis.
Goodbye.
Brandon Stokely, Bubba Caldwell.
Keep Stokely, Caldwell. I don't know why the Broncos didn't like you, but for whatever reason, you're not in the mix.
Here's my thing. Typically teams are going to carry 4, most likely 5 receivers. The thing is that you've got 2 arguably the best slot receivers in the NFL on one single team. The problem is if a guy like Decker goes down, a guy like Demarius Thomas goes down, that's where you get thin. You're not going to put Wes Welker out there on the edge as your #1 receiver. So a little bit of this, maybe it's a bit of a pipe dream or unrealistic, but I think there's certainly squad. It's not like Brandon Stokely is going to cost you a ton of money.
Yeah, well, absolutely. And now you got to start thinking. I know we got Cromartie, who by the time this thing airs, may be a Denver Bronco here in Denver today. And, the one thing, I know you got Stuart Bradley, but you may see some guys like Arthur Brown, who Chris talked about, or even Teo, may come into the mix now because, maybe even a safety. Now maybe Elam is back in the mix.
Maybe Elam, maybe the Ogletree.
Yeah.
I mean, that's
if he fell to him, boy, that would be something special. I don't know that that's going to happen. But, hey, great things are happening right now in Denver. And you know what? Book your tickets, folks. This team is freaking loaded.
Love you, Bill.
Woohoo. Thank you.
Idiot.